up, everybody? Back again, Warp Charge Gaming. It is I, George, and I'm here with James and Chris.
Yo.
What up?
Hello, friends, both in the interwebs and my friends that are also in the interwebs, but that I know very well. Chris and James, good to see you.
Woo. Great to see you.
Yeah, this is episode 82. That's 1 past 81 and 2 past 80.
Dang.
And thank you. I did that math in my head just now. And here we are. Yeah, we do this every Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I am here in Battlegrounds in Midlothian, Virginia. Richmond, Virginia. Yep.
You just lied on camera, George.
How so?
We did not go live last Thursday.
Oh, yeah, not every Thursday at 9 because we missed last week. It was Thanksgiving.
It was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was a fine day to choose not to go live. We intended to go live, and I totally forgot about it. It was I don't know, I was cozying up with the missus, and we were starting to watch some sort of Christmas something or other, and next thing you know, James was like, yo, where are we at? James was ready. James was ready to go out in his car.
I was at family dinner, not at my house. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going out to the car. I gotta go.
Yep. So we called it off. It's good to be back. It's been like 80 episodes since we took a break, so that was a nice little week to take away there. Did you guys have a good holiday? I hope so.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, man.
Nice. The only thing that, holidays are cool, real life's cool, but what's really cool is games, tabletop wargaming.
Oh, you better not say Infinity. You better.
Painful. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just checking, George. I'm on YouTube and I'm not seeing us streaming. Can we get it confirmed? Like, is anyone else seeing us?
Well, we're getting,
James.
Our friends are talking to us.
We are live, bro.
Yeah.
We are.
Oh, dope. Okay. I don't know why I'm not picking it up on my end.
Dude.
Yep, we got Big Cleat out there. We got Paint Flow Exception. And what's cool is Paint Flow is on my side. He's like, Infinity, exclamation points. Yes, Poxus is there. Nice to see you, Poxus. We're gonna get it in. We're gonna talk a little bit about everything as we do each week. Tabletop wargaming is the general thing that we put our compass around here. What's up, Cesar? Good to see you too, buddy. We got a nice crew in here with us here. I haven't. We are covering all kinds of games now because we're playing all kinds of games. 40K is the mainstay of the channel. And we've then branched out into Age of Sigmar, Kill Team, of course, a big thing on the channel, and Warcry, which, speaking of which, this weekend is going to be a Kill Team tournament and a Warcry event. So if you guys tune in this Saturday, you can catch the Kill Team event that we got going on. It's going to be the final Kill Team tournament of our Season 2 Kill Team League, which has been going on for the last 6 months, July through December. So we'll be wrapping up the season with a 200-point Commander tournament. So you guys can tune in and watch those 3 rounds in a row. And it's a neck-and-neck battle, so I'm looking forward to see who can pull that out. And then on Sunday, we'll be doing our 3rd Warcry event. So looking forward to that. I think I'm going to run the Untamed Beast again because I still don't got my second Birdman, James.
Hey.
Yeah.
Dude, I just finished a warband. You consider that still a warband for Shadespire.
You do.
And that means this guy and this guy and a knight next to me are next on the docket.
Well, that's fantastic. You gave me a great segue to show your beautiful paint job you just put together, too. This is the Garrick's Reavers. Chris is very loud typing, yes.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. Your keyboard's loud. This is the Garrick's Reavers from the wonderful game of Warhammer Underworlds, previously known as Shadespire in its original concoction. And I got some more images of some close-ups you took on these guys. They're really sweet. You painted this up as a commission, James?
Yes, sir. It's actually a commission that was in queue for quite a long time. That it finally has gotten up to the point where I can do it because I stopped taking commissions to clear out everything, and I'm getting down to the last couple ones now.
Woo!
Gotcha. Yeah, I remember these guys.
Yeah, so you see the blood on the axes and stuff?
Oh, yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah, I really enjoy blood effects a lot on miniatures, especially corn models. And I was out of blood for the blood guy. And my second go-to is Halloween blood. and the missus has already packed that away, so there was no way of getting to that stuff. So I had him like come up on the fly, and all this is acrylic with gloss medium. So I just took corn blood red and a red ink with a little bit of a blue glaze, and mixed it together, added a splash of black, and then glossed it. And I mixed it with a clear glue, and I just spread it over the axe, and it created the same effect of Blood for the Blood God.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Very
Looks good, man.
Yeah. Dig it, dude.
Even has like the little like almost like ichor kind of like sticky streaks from like pieces of the axe to other parts of the body and whatnot.
Yeah, that's why I added the glue.
Yeah.
You
Gotta
got to
love
put some chunk into it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chunky. Yeah, they look great, man. Nice job. I'm sure that'll be a happy recipient of that wonderful paint job there. I know I'm always stoked.
Yeah, going to Canada.
Oh, very cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
To our neighbors to the north.
Yeah, so that's cool. James has been painting. I have been playing a lot of Infinity. That is, and speaking of which, just found out before we got on the channel. I'm stoked because I've actually been playing a fuck ton of Infinity, and you guys haven't got to catch all these games, and I honestly been feeling a sense of guilt. I'm stacked on like 5 bat reps right now that I could be posting, but I didn't want to, I've been struggling to put out 40K and Sigmar content, and I didn't want to, kind of muddy up the channel with just nothing but Infinity videos. So I've like been not filming, and it's been bad on me. I did post Kill Team just 2 days ago. There's a recent Kill Team bat rep of Orcs versus the Geller Pots. It was a great game, very, very close, 1 point difference. And I am excited to find out that we can actually create additional channels from our same YouTube account. So we can actually kind of separate the content that we put out in a way that won't have you see things that you don't necessarily care to see. It seems like when you love Games Workshop games, whether it's Kill Team or Warcry or 40K or Sigmar, you kind of
Or Blood Bowl.
Or Blood Bowl, yeah. They all kind of live under the same roof. So we can keep that going for the standard Warp Charge channel, but we are going to expand to an additional channel, probably just Warp Charge Gaming featuring Infinity, and it'll be nothing but that kind of content. So as soon as I activate that, which is going to be over the next couple days, I'm going to load it up with all the bat reps that I already have, and I'm going to start posting religiously Infinity bat reps on that channel. And that will keep the 40K channel reserved for our tournaments and for everything else that we do. Hey, John, post indeed. Caesar was asking, speaking of all kinds of games, Warp Charge Gaming also going to play games like Malifaux. Don't see myself getting into Malifaux. Our community here, there's people that play that game, love that game, and they seem to be very passionate about it. I've been, I like what I've heard about the game, the mechanics, and the way that it's built around a competitive nature, balance. It seems like a good game. But I don't see myself playing it for the sake of getting the models, getting them painted, and finding the community to play with, and yet another piece of content that kind of clashes with our mainstay of content. I'm 5 games deep right now, and that's 5 different tournaments that we throw every month as well, and it gets pretty tough. James, we got to get a game in. Kevin misses you, buddy. Kevin misses you, James.
Bro, I'm getting caught up. Chapter Proof's going to happen. I'm going to paint my corn army because I got it all converted up. It's got the Catan coming soon.
Damn right.
And things are going to be glorious.
Well,
glorious.
James, something I was hoping to talk to. Let's see. First, Big Cleat was saying, James, you mentioned you stopped taking commissions. Do you plan to take more later on? Yeah, James.
Absolutely. I'm just clearing the calendar for January.
Yep.
Then I'm going to start taking on commissions, and I will let people know.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to make sure I don't get backlogged. It's the worst feeling ever. I'm sure, like, people that don't do commissions, just your own stuff, you probably get a backlog of just unpainted plastic miniatures.
Oh my God, yeah, I do.
Okay, so it's even a worse feeling when that's someone else's money.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, it's like, oh God, it's haunting me. It's truly skeletons in the closet. So I had to stop taking commissions, even though people wanted stuff done, and cleared that slate. I've got the last little bit to go, and then new year. New clients, new things.
And then Big Cleat, I'm sure James would help you out a little bit, being the Patreon supporter that you have been, and we really appreciate that help, Big Cleat. So you know, we'll definitely see what we can do about that. I'm
Dude, has Big Cleat won yet?
He has, yeah. I think we have been able to give James or Big Cleat. Looks like we got Shops Closed trying to join us, guys.
Oh, yeah, we got guests. Because I was going to say,
I
when
got
he gets Patreon money, he could have, like, hit me up.
That's fair. I could say admit or I could say deny. Let's let him in. Guys, we're going to invite Shops Closed podcast to the channel. Let's go. Shops Closed. They look like they might. Oh, what's up, friends? I see him. I see him there.
The most gangster of gangsters.
I wonder if they can even hear us.
I think I hear you.
I see a dog,
Yeah.
and I see a big, burly man.
Let's get.
Oh man, suiting up.
I'm seeing what I can do to help make
Hand
this.
puppets, jerk each other off.
You hear this? Hear me now.
All right.
Hear this. I don't think we can hear us.
We can hear.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Camera one.
Guys, this is riveting. Riveting entertainment.
Did we just start a whole show? Hold on. We don't know what we're doing.
Dude. I love
right.
you.
So we can hear you. I don't know if you can hear us, but we're hearing you right now through whatever device you're using. Internal microphone.
All we should do is hook that up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going swimmingly. For the moment here, I'm gonna mute them out. Friends, what's going on is that we have Shops Closed with us. And who Shops Closed is a podcast out there that I'm sure they'll tell you a little bit. Oh, I did. All right. Oh shit, I was muting them and I was also muting you. All right, I'm gonna.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The ultimate troll.
Put these now? Oh, okay, cool.
All right, I'm gonna.
All right, this is working out great. Hey. Oh, look, I got everyone now.
All right, I'm gonna mute him again. Okay, so James and Chris, I got you muted so I can talk to our audience for a minute. Friends, what's going on here with the hilariousness is Shops Closed Podcast. They are getting comfortable. It's you got. Yeah, you get. Wow, this is going great. All right. So,
In China shop. Love it.
yeah. See, the funny thing is we can hear them. Yeah.
Okay, we can hear you guys now. We're good.
Okay.
We can hear you guys now.
Hey,
We're all good now. So, I mean, dude, we can hear you the whole time. I don't know what you guys heard.
Inserted.
Wow. Amazing.
Sorry to interrupt like that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Thank you for
guys.
having us.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
No problem. Well, Shops Closed. I have your guys' logo and your many different varieties of studios. I have one different type of picture of the way your studios looked on the screen right now. This is Brian and Mike from the Wisconsin area that run their own podcast, Shops Closed. Hello, gentlemen. It's good to have you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we're
this is awesome, dude.
hell yeah. We're just getting ready to start talking about some Warhammer stuff.
I had one quick question for James. What tank did you get? Did you get a Mastodon? I don't know if you responded to that, but
Dude, I
you
didn't
got
get
a Mastodon, right?
I don't have a
I
tank.
thought you were. My God, then clearly Mike gave me some bad information. I apologize for this.
Dude,
Yes.
man.
No, we were looking at the paint schemes that you guys had running for. Is that Warcry or Age of Sigmar?
Underworlds. That's Shadespire.
Underworlds.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It looked very awesome. Was that James?
Yeah.
Yeah, I painted it.
James.
Nice.
Thanks,
nice.
guys.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, no worries. We just had Danelle shout out on the channel. The Wisconsin, they do things out there. That's Danelle
Sometimes.
from Coastal Wargaming. Dude, speaking of Coastal Wargaming and just jumping around here, guys, with shops closed, we have a major event going down here shortly that's going to be partnered with Coastal Wargaming for the second time. It's called The Reckoning, February 22nd. We're halfway through the ticket sales there, so I'd love to see some more people jump in there while they last. It's paired up.
Oh, man, I haven't bought mine yet.
Oh, get up on there.
Reckoning.
What kind of game are we running here? What's going on there?
This is going to be for 40K, and it goes well with this Wisconsin flavor we got going on right now because it's going to be the Adepticon missions.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, we got some crazy cat going on.
Adepticon formations too, or detachments, I mean?
Yeah, we're going to straight up play the packet there. So
Nice, dude.
whatever, yet to be determined there. We have yet to see what's going to be the 2020 objectives. I know that the missions are fairly unique for the Adepticon format, right? But yeah, looking forward to it. We got a big event coming up. Love Coastal Wargaming. They're from the Virginia Beach area, a few hours away. We did a kick-ass tournament back in July for the first Crusade. James actually came out with Kevin Leonard from your guys' area, and we had a badass time. So looking forward to round 2 of a major event, 64 people, 2 days. I'm excited. Oh, Crazy Cat, I got that. Blam, Crazy Cat. So the word is that we got shops closed on here, and I wanted to first get a little bit of word in with you guys about what you got going on. And we watch you guys all the time. You give Warp Charge Gaming shouts out all the time. Super appreciative of that, if I haven't made that clear.
Yeah, of course, man.
It's super awesome. But love you guys' show. You guys' show has only been getting improving too. I noticed you got better audio going on. We got merchandise happening now, logos.
We got coaches. We got coaches.
The guy who
learn how to
like
speak properly. You finally learning English.
that's nice.
Learning how to read.
You do very well.
Thought that was a big thing. You got to read things apparently.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta read. He doesn't realize it, but
Up and lights.
Yeah. One thing I was gonna
like pick up and go. Like I don't know if you. I'm guessing most people who've like seen the live thing so far here. Pick up and go. Like shit, something's not working. Let's just do it. Sorry for swearing. I don't know if that's.
Oh, it's totally fine. Totally fine.
Okay, good. Great fucking.
Yeah.
Great.
Great for fucking.
Yeah,
it's,
no big deal.
We've been doing like a ton of stuff, man. We've been trying to get our name out there, and we've been shouting out you guys for a very long time because you
guys put out good content.
Yeah, awesome content.
You're great,
amazing people,
entertaining. Put out good backgrounds. Like
Aww.
you guys shout you out if you sucked. We don't
But
shout out
you-
a lot of people. So
personally have actually like given me guidance on stuff that I've been doing for myself that are sober.
yeah, we're trying to copy your ideas.
It's like
We're just gonna copy everything you do.
Just cram on.
We're gonna come down and start taking over your tournaments. Space.
Okay. Okay.
We'll just absorb you.
But just keep doing what you're doing right now because we need you to do the like because we're doing
Right. We're gonna jump on your back and you guys carry us.
Well, I have some questions.
Dude, that's why I wake up in the morning when my back hurts.
Yeah,
Trying,
that's right, James.
yeah.
I've learned how to paint from you. Thank you very much.
Just standing on your back. Yes, step the potatoes.
What is that? I use
It's supposed to be the other way around, Master
I know.
Blaster.
Well, the thing that I'm curious about is that I've always found your guys' backdrop, like what's going on in the studio there, is always interesting. Like it's always changing, and I think that's one of my favorite things when I tune in is just to look at whatever camera angle and like what's different about the studio. What's the story with what you guys got going on with the
We're
evolution?
brothers who were separated at birth.
Okay.
And I'm convinced my mom fucked his dad.
Okay.
And we just have
as the
the
story
same collection of dumb shit. Literally, this is like a third of the stuff we have. And there's more stuff behind the camera just piled up and shit, or posters and weird memorabilia.
And honestly, I can never like keep something the same way for too long.
It's got to keep moving, guys.
You're not changing. You're not.
That's the hell of it.
Okay. Okay.
No,
All right, sorry.
Well, I've always found that impressive. I'm always like, wow, what are these guys up to? They're always moving stuff around or something.
I was going to say the Necromunda stuff definitely caught my eye.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we just started getting into that actually.
Oh my god, so deep into it. It's
I just
actually,
got literally, because I'm doing a conversion for Gene Stealer cult, 80 Escher gang models and 40 Delac gang models.
I said 80. That's fucking
Yeah.
insane. Why? What are you like?
No, he's
like
running
your,
a G-Stealer cult, right? Is that what you
it's
said?
a gang, right? Like
Yeah, well, they have a gang, but I'm literally doing them
You're
as
using
outlet
for-
hybrids, and I'm giving them
Oh,
extra
nice.
arms and some stuff.
That's fucking cool.
The way that you can actually like kit bash all of the stuff from the Necromunda stuff is crazy. Like we had a few extra little bits here and there, and like, there's a lot of different things that I made for like Blood Bowl, for like Warhammer, for all kinds of stuff just from playing with the bits from it. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
They got great models.
I will
And-
say their kit, that kit is great because they give you all the weapon options. That doesn't happen a lot with GW shit. Like one or two. So I all gotta buy like 5 fucking boxes of Terminators to get enough whatever you want. Like, but it is nice in that box that you want.
So out of the
For sure.
for you got, you know, you've been Warhammer enthusiast for a long time, and I know recently you picked up Blood Bowl, now Necromunda. What got the itch going to play some of the other games by GW?
Honestly, I just mostly the podcast.
Mostly the podcast. and then-
But like eventually I started seeing the appeal of like Necromunda as like, almost like a D&D-esque way of playing. Like it's pretty cool. Like you can actually like build up your characters. You have your own gang. I've made my own like mercenary gangs that I play against other mercenary gangs. You can play it by yourself, which is something I'm going to be covering in the next 2 weeks here with another
if
friend
you're a
of the show.
lonely boy, like by
You
yourself.
can still play it.
I played the game like the first edition that came out when I was like 15. I still have a Cawdor gang.
It's out there because we're
which
using
is all metal.
We're using it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and I love the mix between like again the RPG, like kind of a D&D kind of thing, and having characters that have names that you can name them, you know, Dick Fist or whatever, like the dumbest names you can think of, and then they live, and you're like, wow, I wish I gave them a cool name because that's basically all I've ever done.
No, fuck Dick Fist.
Yeah, and there has been a lull. Honestly, if we're all honest, there is always a lull, like a dead period in the summer, kind of, where people aren't really getting together as often for 40K, and we were looking for games to start picking up to just kind of kill that time too. Like Blood Bowl, I thought I would hate it because I played semi-pro football, so I'm kind of picky about it, but it's funny shit.
It's pretty fun.
It is really fun. Yeah.
We actually had to play a cool skirmish today that we're going to talk about in our podcast a little bit.
Yeah, and
You
I
can see that Blood Bowl box on the ground behind y'all too.
Dude, they're giving away
That's
Blood
actually going
Bowl.
to be a giveaway. I don't
Yeah,
even-
we're
I
actually
don't wanna
gonna.
plug
Sorry,
too
go
much
ahead.
stuff.
Yeah, you should do a little plug there. Tell us for one, like you guys have been doing a show for years now, and a couple different formats. Yeah. The time keeps on slipping, y'all. Time keeps on slipping for sure. I look back now, I'm like, fuck, I've been playing X, Y, or Z for a long ass time, and you're like, oh god, I thought I was still, just a year in or whatever. But
Nope.
Yeah, time keeps going by. But you guys, how often? I think you're a lot like us. It's kind of sporadic on when a show goes up. Most of the time when I'm catching you guys live, it's via Facebook. As far as people checking out the show, would you say, go to your guys' Facebook, hit like, and stay tuned that way, or what's the best way to go about
Follow us, man. It'll tell you right when we're going live. If you really like to follow us every week, that's awesome. Honestly, I just like having the content up. We're not going up to try to make like a bunch of money. We do have like a merchandise store up, but like it's just to pretty much if we want to sponsor like a tournament or something like that, it's going towards that. So this is not going towards like our pockets or anything.
No, like any money we do ever get suckering fools into giving us money,
Fools.
we're gonna spend it directly back on the podcast until we're happy with what we have. We will be improving everything as we're going, trying to anyway. The same way you guys have. I mean,
Yeah.
it's apparent in the content you're putting out too, because you're getting better as you
You guys
go.
are dynamite.
That's fucking great.
Well,
Yeah.
you've been for a while.
And I honestly, the one regret I have is we haven't come to the shop yet to play down there.
Yeah.
And teach you fools how.
Yeah, dude. Well, we are a good drive
I felt
away.
like we were going to get a lesson.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a drive.
Yeah.
We gotta plan this out.
Well, February 22nd, big old major. Get James in the car. Let's go. Speaking of long drives across country, I'm actually just today, in case, Chris, you're my backup, like I'm ready to roll, but just in case, I did secure a ride to Adepticon if I don't find one the other way.
You're gonna fucking die in your own vomit in our room at a Adepticon. No, from the alcohol. From the alcohol.
Okay,
It sounds like murder, bro. It sounds like
we are
murder.
bringing. We are gonna bring the Space Wolf free drink.
The Space Wolf.
The legendary Space Wolf army that
Legendary-
got stolen,
It got
reassembled.
stolen. I
And
brought it back. I'm fixing it up. I'm gonna make it better. More snow. More alcohol. We almost killed a Canadian dude.
Maybe 2.
I actually heard you guys talking about that on your previous show you ran here recently. Yeah, it was like the army got jacked up, but yet you found it anyways, and at least you recovered it, you know?
Yeah,
That's good, yeah.
And I finally went through it. Like, honestly, that shit happened in, like, when the fuck were you there?
October.
Yes, October. And I finally went through the army last weekend and glued it all together. And it hurt. Like, it hurt a lot. Because only like about 3 dudes are missing. But like a couple Wolfen were completely destroyed. Like somehow they fucking just stomped on them.
But
Like literally just ground.
They are
and,
just
like,
plastic.
Well, we are talking
yes,
about
no,
it.
I was so happy just to find them. And
Yeah.
and I just want to say, like, picture this: we go there, they find the van, or they find the truck. Cops call, we go there, we find it. My bag, which had some questionable items in it that were stolen, which clearly is why the bag was looked through, trying to find more questionable items.
It was a personal vendetta against Ryan.
But
Contraband.
the bag ended up in the bushes. The army all fucked up, and fucking my chaos converted RJack somehow was just standing in the grass facing the bag. It felt like such a I laughed so goddamn hard when I saw it. I looked insane to everyone else. All I could think was like, oh, he just killed everybody in the bag. Like I can't even do that. So yeah, we're gonna have that up and running. We're gonna be getting people puking or dying, whatever happens, and it's gonna be a great time.
Yeah, that sounds
I'm
good.
glad
That sounds
you're gonna
good.
make it, man.
Yeah, me too.
Are you guys doing a bunch of live stuff on during DEFCON as well?
You know,
Let's do a
that's.
mashup.
I don't know if you
We
guys have
should
tried.
dock our podcast.
Yo, have you guys tried to create content at a con before yet?
Yeah, we just go into like the quiet area where you're not supposed to drink and drink a bunch. I mean, that's how it happens in Michigan anyway.
It's hard.
We do questionable things.
We have some from Michigan GT up on the we went to.
Okay.
Found like a nice little quiet little cool spot that you can actually
Just a place to hide.
Yeah.
If you're cool to security guards, man, they don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Especially
in Michigan, just give them your cans.
in Adepticon, we got the connection. All those judges know us. We're good.
Nice.
We'll go find a nice quiet place.
Yeah, I've
Just
tried
like
to.
the ladies' bathroom.
We have a pretty cool Adepticon video. It's actually called when the Space Wolves went to Adepticon, or it was like this when the Space Wolf party at Adepticon. Yeah.
Right.
So funny enough, because whenever my first time going to Adepticon was 2 years ago when we started Warp Charge, and the Space Wolf army that I have was created for the channel, and James did it from scratch.
Yeah, it's a beautiful army.
Yeah, dig it, man. He really killed it.
Damn
So
right.
it was funny because.
Isn't that at Battlegrounds as well? Sorry to
Yep,
interrupt.
it's right next to me. Yeah, it was hilarious because the Space Wolves were in index state, and they were just not in a competitive place when I took them to Adepticon for the first time. Played in the GT, got slammed, wrecked. I beat one player, and I was just trying to go for like the best in the Space Wolf faction, but there was only 2 of us,
Right.
That's how you win. That's how you win championships, baby. That's how I got the sisters.
That's right.
I was the number 1 sisters.
Number 1 sister players. How many
Number
sister
1.
players
We
were
played them
there?
all this time.
It's just you, right?
It was me.
That's it. You just gotta find the one faction no one's playing.
That's right. Find that niche.
But
Find that
no.
niche.
You guys let us borrow your amazing snowboard. I think you and James worked on it, right?
James did it all. I just helped throw
James
ideas.
did it all.
Yep, I sent pics. The thing that was crazy is that going to Adepticon for the first time, that was when I got to see the army and the display board all at once for the first time at all. Because James
wow.
James has been working it all remotely, so it was
Right.
even losing every match in the GT, it didn't matter because I was getting to play with a brand new army that was commissioned from scratch for me by James. You know.
Plus, if James is painting it, you know it's going to be high.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
He's a fucking good painter. I don't
Yeah.
say that a lot. He's a good painter. So.
He did a great job, indeed.
We actually just had him on our last show.
I know.
Yeah, we did. We stole that son of a bitch, didn't we?
Yeah, we stole him for
We're going to keep him. He's
Got
ours.
jacked. What?
Dude,
Sorry.
I played Blood Bowl for the first time.
What'd you think,
And
James?
Brian went down.
Did you have fun? What'd you think of it, James?
It was awesome because I just kept Brian's human ass on the ground.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't do shit in that game, man.
He played against me with some goblin slaves.
Dude,
Ooh.
goblins are gross. They're so gross, man. Like, plus, I have 12 of them in my fucking team. So,
Dude, Warp Charge Gaming has the entire Chaos line, both Forge World and GW, coming in. And then we also have the dwarves coming in.
So nice.
dude,
Wait,
you know
so
what
we're
I
getting
want?
chaos with
What are
dwarves?
the new corn models for Necromunda? Who are the dudes that are like the axes and shit?
Oh, dude, those guys are so cool. That new box, like the $280 box.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is that it? Oh yeah, no, it's a starter box. You're right. Yes, it comes in the starter box. I'm like thinking I just want the army.
You could buy guns.
Dude, even their fluff on that is like literally like they're so devoted to the blood god that once you're like an adult male in their gang, you're not allowed to use guns anymore. Like,
Yeah, it's fucking great. And then they just eat people, right? Isn't that the
Yeah.
whole thing of their fluff? Like,
it's like from the flesh processing, like I don't know exactly what it is, and like some of the workers band together and start like eating the stuff they're processing because they're like so poor and like desperate. So like they start, like worshiping corn.
That sounds fantastic. Sounds like my
sorry,
people.
I don't have a crazy dog image. We're just gonna throw a crazy cat up. Same difference.
That's fair.
I mean, I think the cat's bigger.
It's possible. He's a big chunk, man. He's a big cat.
Oh.
Mike has explosive diarrhea tonight.
Oh no.
All do is close.
You can't come back. Don't do it in your pants, dude.
Oh man, it must be stinky up in there. Woo.
Poor Nurgle.
Just come back.
So
right.
something that we got.
We're good.
Oh wow, we started talking about diarrhea and we had like 4 viewers drop. That was crazy.
Oh,
wow.
I'm so sorry. That's real shitty of me. Huh?
Anyways,
That was good. Woo! All right. So to get on topic with some 40K. We talk about Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl is cool. We talk about a little bit about some other games. But James, I'm curious.
Gotta get to those meats and potatoes.
Yeah, I gotta get the meats and potatoes. Particularly, I'm really curious about the new. We have the new Psychic Awakening, Faith and Fury that came out.
Dude, I just got to talk more about corn because I will talk more about corn.
Yeah, James, you're
Dude,
gonna
I
be
got
up.
the book. Oh.
Yeah, I got the book too, and I haven't barely
Sorry,
got to
go ahead,
check.
James. Yeah, it's James' turn. I apologize.
I barely got to check it out myself. I've been too entwined with Infinity. James, we need you to give us some insight into some combinations that exist with the new book. Particularly, I want you to give me a list to play on the channel so I can have some fun and care.
All right. Well, I got to figure out the best way to do that because there's so many cool ways to do that.
Yeah.
Depending on how you want to play this.
Yeah.
Because, are you want to play pure corn? Are you trying to just play some cool chaos? You trying to just get up in that close combat?
I want to bring the most sauciest, competitive, stomp your face into the dirt thing I can bring with the new book.
So even though I really love corn and all, I would abandon that ship.
Yeah. Combo.
Yeah, I would still abandon that ship if I was trying to make it as saucy as possible.
If you're not competitive, yeah.
Yeah, definitely bring in Night Lords.
Are Soul Grinders good yet?
Nope. Soul Grinders still like the big
No,
fat
sorry,
dick.
man. No.
Son of a bitch. All right.
I mean, the biggest and the fattest of all the dicks.
Keep going.
They get 5 hit them in the face at the same time. So, yeah, Night Lords, they have a sweet, relic that their warlord can take, or just a guy can take, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it shuts off an aura ability by 1 inch.
Oh.
So like you can
once per game, or
no, it's like your aura shuts their aura down.
oh,
It's kind of cool. And then they also have a 3d6 charge stratagem for 1 CP. So like that's always pretty amazing.
what's the
And-
Wait, so Night Lords, how did that go? I'm sorry.
Night Lords, they have a stratagem where it's 3d6 charge. And if you take the Raptorial Host from Vigilus Ablaze, you can get the extra 2 inches from the charge. So you're getting plus 2 inches to a 9-inch charge that you don't get overwatched on, and you get 3d6 to do it.
okay.
So average 10 plus 2, you're literally looking at an average 12-inch charge.
You're correct. That is an average 12-inch charge with a non-overwatch.
I thought we were mentioning.
Now, is that any unit? Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I thought we were mentioning +4 on that last week. Was that just like rumor mill or?
Oh, no, that is Emperor's Children.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Emperor's Children get it where after the charge roll has been done for 2 CP, you take one of the dice, you make it an auto 6 plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
What?
So you
Yep.
make an
Yeah,
automatic 9-inch charge. You automatically make it.
You
What?
just do.
And you get some extra little touchy touch.
I can just cut in the one strategy I've heard with that is literally Warp Talons, drop them down, Emperor's Children, Warp Talons, whatever army else you're running, just bring them. You negate Overwatch with them when you charge. You're going to make your charge. You tie up the back line of any army.
So you
Also, George, on that automatic 6, you get to actually spend the 1 CP after you roll the charge. So
Yes.
you could actually
Yes.
roll like boxcars and save the CP.
My God. So wait. So just for a moment here. So I think the part where I got lost on that when I was trying to research that myself is that I was looking at just the Psychic Awakening book, and you're telling me that this is in combination with the Vigilus Ablaze.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that's this Raptorial Host or whatever.
Yes. That gives you the extra 2 inches.
Okay. And but the
It does.
the Emperor's Children strat you were telling me about, that's straight up in the Psychic Awakening book.
That's in the Psychic Awakening book, and same with 3d6 for Night Lords.
Okay, so we want Night Lords for 3d6. The Night Lords are the ones with the Overwatch cancellation?
But no, it's the unit. That's just Warp Talons in general. When they come at a deep strike, they don't get overwatched.
Oh,
So you can
Jesus.
take them either way and get guys in.
Dude, I want these things. Okay, so we got Night Lords, we got Emperor's
for
Children.
me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna play pure Khorne, and since I can't take Emperor's Children because I have to have the marker Slanesh, I'm gonna take them as Night Lords and have the marker Khorne.
There you go.
And I'm gonna play that route to get my guys in there. And then I think the more competitive way though is to do the Emperor's Children. The reason why is you're guaranteeing a 9-inch charge no matter what, but you do it with the Raptorial Host, you're getting an extra 2 inches, so you're guaranteeing 11 inches.
Yeah.
Like you just guarantee it plus the D6.
It's a safe bet.
It's nasty, dude.
So like it's way safer than Night Lords, and they also fight first. Like that's pretty
Gross.
cool.
How's the point efficiency on these talons? Are they pretty effective or pretty fair?
They're not super cheap, but the thing is they negate
No, it's
Overwatch.
So
And
the
they're
new points cost, they're going to be 95 points when everything is done. The new update.
see that's the thing is I'm not going to go
95
off
points
of
for 5.
I'm not going off of Chapter Proves new points yet because I don't have it.
Okay.
I can't say I have it.
Right. This is rumor. It's all rumor mill, but
Yeah.
supposedly
Salt.
they're going to go down to 95.
We've seen
Hold on.
pictures with
If
salt.
they go down to 95,
Yes,
you will
yes, do it.
definitely see them in almost every
Right,
Chaos
right.
army.
Yeah, that's
Good.
nuts.
Yes. Yeah.
Like it's totally worth it in every sense of the way. But what's nice is they have the demon keyword. So if you're running your demons of Slanesh, you are like auto advance and charge. Like you know what I mean?
Sweet.
So that's pretty awesome. So after they come in, negate some stuff, they just keep on moving forward. And you can take them in waves because you just use that strat once a turn, boom, boom, boom. Next 3 turns, you're just negating all that Overwatch while you're just keeping plowing in. And if you're taking the big baddies, like I know you like to take the chick with the mirror, the dude with the whip.
Contorted epitome.
You take
Oh,
those guys,
goddamn, dude.
they're going around, bouncing around without worrying about Overwatch. And that's pretty nasty.
Oh, that's huge.
If you could bring a Slanesh demon army behind that, even just bringing 3 units of Warp Talons and rolling that, trying to kill the fucking Overwatch, that demon army is going to wipe everything out.
Yeah, and then
especially with the run and a charge, like
yeah, and if the rumors are true about the Marines going down so far in points, I think they even showed that on the community page, even that the base Marines are going down 2 points. Like that's insane. Like everyone's gonna fit in a detachment of Red Corsairs for an extra 3 CP.
oh yeah.
Well, it sounds like it's getting difficult to even pick. I mean, you say everyone, but then there's so many good detachment benefits now. It's hard to take them all, right? So I mean, like besides now, last week we talked, or 2 weeks ago we talked a lot about World Eaters, right? Because we got some new sauce. The Terminators are nasty. Is that pretty much what we're talking about? Is we're gonna have the Talons and some Night Lords mixed in with World Eaters? Is that the move for you, James? Or
I'm still not sold on the Terminators 100%. They're just this is the big point sink. Like it's just a lot of points.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard to say I'm gonna keep this in reserve, hope that I'm not screened out, and then I have to hope that they are foolish enough to position themselves so that I can pile through combats.
yeah,
Like it's a lot of hoping, you know.
yeah.
And granted, if you're playing at a game store, book just came out, person hasn't played World Eaters in a while, they're probably not optimized with their deployment and setting their units so that they can't be piled into, you're going to wreck some face. Like you are going to give people feel badsies all day. But you're going to a competitive scene, you're going to Adepticon, no one's falling for that trick. I'm sorry.
You're not gonna
You're just not going to fall for it.
It's too much of a point sink. You're right.
Yeah,
it just.
But that's where Emperors are Children. I mean, you take a detachment of that. I mean, even a patrol, just to take one troop super cheap, like just cultists, because I hear they're going to go down 1 point again. So if they're back down to 4 points, that's going to be huge. So you just take a 10, you take your Lord or whatever, and then your fast attack unit, and you bring them in, and you can just plow through. And you bring a knight or something, because knights are still super powerful. They're getting cheaper. So, dude, you can do a lot with chaos right now if these points go down like they say they're going to go down.
Yeah, I haven't.
Did you see I'm sorry. Did you see the points on the Lord of Skull? Yeah.
Oh, dude, wasn't he dropping down like 100, 200
Dude,
points?
he's dropping 90 points on the Hades fucking Gatling cannon itself. He's dropping like 50 points, I think.
We're gonna
So,
see
like,
Lords of Skulls played.
Dude, you're going to see
It's
people bringing
469 points, I think it is.
Oh,
if you
wow.
run the best secondary cannon, and that's the most expensive at 74 points. You can go down to 56 and 40 or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he might be replacing the Catan in my list.
Honestly, yeah, he was worth it. Like, depending on what you're playing, at 600 points, he was still worth it as a distraction. And if you don't kill him, he's gonna fuck shit up. But now at that point cost, like, there's no reason. He's only like 30 or 40 points more than a
wow.
knight. Like, why would you bring anything else?
I was just thinking about liquidating mine. Now I'm thinking we got two of them.
No, you need to keep that thing, man.
Don't they
Also, if you need it painted on commission, I know James does it.
Yeah.
I could
pretty good price.
I could paint that for him.
But doesn't it actually get better as it gets more?
Yeah.
Yes, as it gets more damage, the Lord of Skulls gets more attacks.
Yeah, it gets pissed
Just
off.
testing, yeah.
So, with all this, these new rules and everything, we've talked about some combos, but it's interesting that the big craze with Chaos, since Vigilus and everything like that has been Discordance. I haven't heard you mention Discordance very much with the new rule set.
Well, that's the thing is, if the Lord of Skulls goes down to that price, you're going to have a Lord Discordant in that list
oh, yeah.
to buff up the Lord of Skulls. And what's crazy is if you're running 2 of them or even 3 of them, you can block line of sight with the bodies of the Lord of Skulls from the Lord of Skulls.
They're huge.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
You can get pretty wild, and you can almost hide that dude as everything's moving up the field. He's your field commander, so you're going the extra 2 inches. You still reroll all hits, all wounds with Demon Forge. I mean, you're going to still get all that goodness.
Yeah,
And
I'm trying to grab it right here right now. I got a Lord.
Goodness.
So here we go. Lord of Skulls, Disco.
Skull Lord.
And I'm gonna hide it behind it. Yeah, that's doable. That is definitely doable.
now imagine if you had 2 of them, though, like 2 Lord of Skulls. That's easy to do.
Look at that one.
Okay. Well, I'm excited
More
about that.
Hive Guard.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
Lord of
yeah.
Gordon's still gonna have a place, man. He's absolutely still gonna have a place.
See, I haven't run one yet because I'm a poor man who doesn't have one.
Yeah, it's hard to
So,
run just one, too. It's like if you're going to run them, you got to run like 3, you know?
Gotta lean
I
into
can
it.
run 2, but you can definitely not just run 1. If you
Yeah.
run just 1, he's a dead man walking.
Yeah. He's got a big target painted on his back. Well, that sounds like some exciting things coming up for that. I know that like it's hard to almost feel like it's still a state of lull until we get this chapter approved, but that's coming out sometime anytime soon, right? Any idea? I know, Chris, you've been studying that a lot. Tell us a little bit about the leaks you've seen, Chris.
So not just that, but also, of course, the Tyranid just got redone in Blood of Ball a little bit, and I mean, stuff looks great there. Chapter approved speaks. My only issue right now with chapter approved is it seems like everyone's getting a lot of points reductions on all the stuff that mostly is already good. So it almost kind of, to me, feels like it's like, oh yeah, like 2,000 points is more like 2,200 points now.
Bro,
Like,
Right.
and it's
Buy
like that for
more
everybody's
models.
army.
buy more models.
Yeah, buy those models.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget, you don't have to use Primaris now because everything else is getting cheaper. So, but also Primaris are still better, so buy them too.
Yeah. This is a lot like what we talked about at last year's chapter approved, of where it's just like, it seems like they're giving us the feel goods where they're like, oh, it feels great, I can take more. But in reality,
it feels good for everybody, so no one's special.
and it just means you got to buy more too, which isn't a big
It's
deal.
not going to balance the game.
You know.
No.
It's
just about selling models.
It's like, look, we're giving, but they're really just taking more money.
Yeah. I mean, additionally, beyond that, I mean, I actually have a huge list of compilation, at least for the factions relevant to me on points changes.
From looking at dirty, like, Russian sites, trying to sneak pictures.
No.
That's right, comrade.
Not even. I've literally watched people, like, you know, I mean, there's of course like the infamous leaks we've seen on like Imager and Reddit, like that are pretty consistent. I mean, it's the same people posting up the same pictures directly out of the book, quote unquote. But like for Blood of Ball on the leaks, I mean, there's people on YouTube that got their copies early that have been reading the books open. I know, like, for bugs, they're getting the kind of build your own chapter treatment. Like, there's like a list of like 3, 6, 9, 12. It's about 15 different traits, and you can pick 2 and just build a hive fleet.
I thought we were gonna,
some of them are solid, some of them are not.
Yeah.
I really thought we were going to get that.
I think
I wanted that for everybody. I thought we were going to get that for like Chaos.
everyone should get them.
I think everyone is getting them, and they're just kind of rolling them out partially. I mean, we saw with Blood of Ball, Blood Angels are getting the, what is it called, the Doctrines? Yeah, they're getting Doctrines, so that's a thing. That'll make them better, even though some of their characters that, you know, they've leaked, Astorath and all of them, are pretty underwhelming, honestly. Like, for them to, even Mephiston, who, you know, got Primaris treatment, kind of seems like a crapshoot.
Cool. He looks really cool, though.
Yeah.
He does look cool. I'll give him that.
So apparently, I mean, I keep like not trying to look or pay attention because I'm just I don't want to believe it till I see it, but Space Wolves are getting cheaper? We're getting cheaper wolfing? What's going on?
Everything is getting cheaper pretty much.
So dumb.
Wolfen are the truth, man. They are the truth.
Wolfen are the best unit to run. If you're not running 3 units of Wolfen, you're not playing Space.
That's what I'm saying. High five. High five. Yep.
Additionally, all of these Psychic Awakening supplements, you know, everyone's getting some new stratagems. There's definitely a few for bugs that have come out with the Blood of Ball that I think even George would, having played against my shooty bugs, really, really good, a few of them. There's like multiple rules to give you like 3d6 charges. There's rules to count things that moved as stationary, so I could keep reroll once to hit and stuff like that, as well as shooting twice. I'm really surprised because, I mean, even looking at the original Bug Codex, Games Workshop loves to do these really fluffy rules with stratagems that are just like, this rule is useless, but here you have it. And it seems like everything, at least for Tyranids and Blood of Ball, everything is useful. Actually, speaking of which, this is one that's relevant, especially since, you know, George and James were on a team for, and we did pretty well at Nova. So the Maleceptor, which is a pretty not great creature for Tyranids, got a 2 command point stratagem, and the way it's worded, all friendly units within 6 inches while they're being attacked, whatever is attacking them gets -1 strength to the weapon or attack.
Okay.
But like that works on like, if I'm teaming up with your Chaos Knights, I could pop 2 CP and be like, okay, you shot a last cannon at me, now it's only strength 8.
That's delicious.
Dude. Yeah.
Did they? Because remember when they had to do that to Eldar? It used to be that now
They may FAQ that. A lot of Tyranid players are expecting that. But as it is right now, Games Workshop has made an oversight with that.
Because they had to specifically go attack that potential in the FAQ of Eldar, right? Like it used to be like they would doom and they would do not guide, but they would basically doom you, and then the Tau could take advantage.
Correct.
Of it.
Yeah, they did that with that and with Jinx, and they actually also gave Yannari basically a different version of the same powers that only affected Yannari, because
right.
they made it keyword specific, so like you couldn't use it with Dark Eldar either, for example. Like, they just made it more restrictive.
Yeah, and so here they come again, like, oh, I guess we're not paying attention to the road. I swear to God, they're like, we laugh about this on the channel too, but they're putting their hands over their eyes, like, I don't see anything wrong. But
What do you think they play test shit? Come on.
Yeah.
They ain't got time for that. They just gotta sell you Primaris. They need to sell you the tall boys. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I go back and forth.
Other just like quick mentions on some cool stuff that I know a lot of bug players ought to be excited for. George, you know the Flamer Tyrannifexes, they're your favorite. They've given us a new Warlord system. So you can take a Warlord trait or you could not. And the things that are not Warlord traits, they're like something adaptations. You can either give them to a squad of infantry or a single monstrous creature.
Oh, I love that.
But like one of them is, and you can also pay a stratagem to get an extra one.
Oh, cool.
And command point rather. But one of my favorites for a lot of the creatures for Tyranids that are just terrible is you can just give them a 5-up invulnerable save, and also they count as double their wounds for degradation.
What?
Yeah, it's really good. So I could have a Tyrannifex with a 5-up invulnerable save who counts double wounds for degradation.
What?
That's awesome.
That's absolutely
I'm
bomb.
gonna dust off my 2nd edition Tyranids, man. They're gonna
It's so good. Like they even the relics completely out of the park. Like for a codex that had really horrible relics and pretty horrible warlord traits, this is a book. None of the Tyranid players, there's still a lot of whinging. They're like, oh, we're not as good at Marines. We're not as good at Marines. But this is going to be a lot of fun for a lot of Tyranid players. Like, it's definitely a strong boost.
Sorry for my ignorance here, but are you saying that this is chapter approved? This is a new Tyranid book to be expected?
This is the Blood of Baal book. This is the book 2 of Psychic Awakening that has just basically gone on pre-order.
It's book 3.
Book 3, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, book 3 that has just gone on pre-order. But people have been going through. Like some people have gotten their copies early. There are multiple people just like holding the book on YouTube, reading it out loud.
Who else is featured in there besides
Blood Angels?
Okay, now I got you. Okay,
so you keep saying book, but really it's 10 pages, and then the Blood Angels is the other half of the book.
Correct.
It's mostly stories, like things that they make up. Don't even worry about it.
It's a bloody ball. That's what you get. It's a bloody ball. What are you gonna get?
Oh yeah, and another one. They also, just because it is Psychic Awakening, all of the classic Tyranid Hive fleets got a new psychic power. One that is my favorite. It's only a Warp Charge 6 power. Select a friendly Kronos unit within 12 inches. On a roll of a 6 to hit, it generates an additional hit for the weapon being used. So basically, I play really aggressive shooty Tyranids. A lot of reroll 1s to hit, a lot of +1 to hit. Even Devourers, like a 2 Devourer Hive Tyrant puts out 24 shots. Yeah. Like, I'm going to give me some 6s.
That's insane.
There is the new Kraken power, gives a target unit within 18 rerollable charge. So Gene Stealer charging just got more deadly. There's 3 ways to give units a 3d6 charge, 2 of which discard the lowest. Oh man, I don't understand why Tyranid players are crying right now.
But the Tyranid, can't you? I'm sorry, can't you run and charge or double move your Gene Stealers? Like, what is?
You can, yes, you can. If you're Kraken, you can spend 1 CP to double your advance roll, and Gene Stealers can already innately advance and charge. And additionally, with the Swarm Lord, you can move again in the shooting phase.
That's disgusting, dude. And
Like they nerfed it a little bit, but currently you can still get something like a 20-inch movement before your charge with Gene Stealers.
that's
Wow.
awesome, man.
Have we gotten any indication of like how many of these Psychic Awakening books are gonna go? Is like every faction getting covered in these?
Every single faction is supposed to get coverage.
That's
Every
a-
single one, and they've already mentioned like the next 3 titles. One of them is The Beast Arises. The middle one of the next 3 is definitely something with Tau. It's like for the greater good. And the
that's what Tau
one,
needs.
That's exactly what we need. Is more tower rules.
More
God
tower.
damn it. I tell you, they're a weak army.
Oh my god, I had someone so salty the other week because I was beat that we did for Tau. Sorry, I
You just really don't
I
like
do have a
tower.
quick story if you don't mind.
do it.
All right, go ahead.
This guy got upset about a Tau meme that we posted like 4 weeks back. And he joined our Facebook page like last week. He started getting really angry. He's like, "Why is everyone
Bigfoot
hating
tower
Tau?"
players because we love virgins. Like, yeah, you're virgins, right?
He just
I'm
really
sorry.
he drove the conversation on. I'm like, you can play Tau. I like Tau. Like, it's just a stigma. It's a joke. It's a thing amongst our community. Where Tau players, like, notoriously.
Just all Gundam players or 2 young people with Gundam.
Hey,
But like it was like nothing like personal, obviously. It's
Right.
just-
No, it's fucking
It's a
personal.
fucking meme.
Because I play Corn, fuck Tau. But
I mean, if you play Tau, you should be able to take a joke.
yes, exactly.
I guess that's the moral of the story. Thank you. Sorry for interrupting. Go ahead. Keep on.
No, you're fine. Yeah, it's group conversation. Yeah, that's wild. I mean, damn, are they nuts with the marketing, man? They're like, we're just gonna sell books. Like, we'll just pop out a bunch of can you just take care of it in a few books? Like,
I'm pretty sure one of the next 3 books, George, just so you're aware, is Chaos Demons. I don't remember which one it is, though.
Yeah, Chaos Demons and Space Wolves. Let's go double it up so I don't gotta buy 2 of these fuckers.
Oh, actually, I think one of the 3 books is also Space Wolves. I'm not sure if it's the same book, though. I could be wrong. Yeah, no, the 3rd book is Space Wolves because it's something like Saga of the Beast.
4th book.
Fuck.
Okay.
So that'll be book
great.
6,
Yes.
technically.
Book 6. Yeah. These guys are out of
This
control.
means we gotta change our Adepticon team again. That's all. No big deal.
But yeah, dude, I mean, like literally, George, or anyone who's playing an army right now that's like on the back end, I know the Eldar book was a little underwhelming for Psychic Awakening for a lot of people, but like Blood Angels players are happy, Tyranid players should be happy. A lot of this like build your own successor chapter stuff, the rules are good, man. I mean, I'm like genuinely refreshed to see this. I'm currently not super excited on the Tyranid specifically because I'm building up my Gene Stealer cult project. Which is like 130 Alkalite hybrids, just charging downfield.
You power gamer.
But beyond that, I'm especially considering that so much of the stuff that I like playing with Tyranids just got so much better. I mean, just to give you guys examples of some of the good rules, like the, build your own chapters. One of the rules is, and you pick 2 of these, you get a 4-up feel no pain against Overwatch, just straight up. Monstrous creatures get an extra 2 attacks at the end of the fight phase. You can get an additional 3 inches while piling in. You can get an additional -1 AP to sighting Talon weapons, which is hilarious because with all the stratagems and other stuff, you can actually make your Hormagaunts, your little, crappy troops, up to -4 AP on their sighting talents.
Oh, God.
Fucking shit, dude.
Take that, Marines.
That is awesome, man. Hell yeah.
Take your power armor and shove it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But fluff-wise, that's accurate because they did just
they can just tear through it.
Like, yeah. They're supposed to have real sharp, pointy hands.
Yeah, teeth.
It's really good stuff, man.
Pointy hands.
It's pointy hands.
The only thing that makes me sad about seeing how good these rules are is that I know that Tyranids got done kind of early, so I'm expecting some Codex creep with the Psychic Awakening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Gene Stealer Cult hasn't been done yet, so my project is only getting a bit better.
There you go. Well, dang, there is a lot of stuff on the horizon. My goodness.
Oh, and Warhammer Legends.
Yeah, so they're
Right.
that's coming into play, right? That's chapter approved coming out.
Bye-bye, Warcry.
Corn Lord on a Juggernaut, baby.
They're getting rid of like all of the mounts, the Pelican of Nurgle, the discs of the Sorcerer discs, the
Orc on a
bikes
bike.
of pretty much anything.
Yeah. Man? That's a bummer, isn't it?
Oh, dude.
The orc players are feeling it more than anyone, I think. But
Yeah.
What'd you say, Chris? What's doing what?
the orc players are definitely feeling the Legends
yeah.
change more than anyone.
Definitely. Man, come on. Well, I mean, I honestly, you can't get that upset with like how much absurdities in the rules now with all the rules that they're coming out with. You got -4 AP Termagants and shit. It's like, it can't be that bad.
But some of us just want to use our shitty old models that aren't any good, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Doom Rider.
They give it and they take it away. Yeah, it is unfortunate. I know that. I mean, as an orc player, yeah, I think that's the most like go-to index option I was ever using.
What?
It was the big mech without mega power armor, like mega armor. Now you, if you want to take a big mech with a force field, you have to take one in mega armor, and he was like 25, 30 extra points than just taking the basic one. So I would always take big mech with a custom force field, bare bone from index, and now you can't do that. So you're like forced into this higher point cost.
However, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to say our buddy Matt Simon, he's really butthurt about it because that guy had to go, and his war boss with Relic Power Claw on a bike.
Yeah.
That had to go.
That one hurts.
Yeah.
So that's 2 HQs that he had in his army that are gone.
They're linchpin ones, too. I mean, they're important, you know?
Yeah.
All of this stuff is still legal, though, in the ITC circuit until at least right after LVO, as Reese and Frankie have said.
Yeah, that's respectable. That's cool. But yeah, you know, they give it, they take it away. Nobody likes to have things that, you know, they love and they, you know, put money and effort into, and then now they can't play it in their favorite game. So it's a weird, like, feels bad. I wonder what their motivation is behind that, besides the fact that it doesn't sell them models. That's probably it.
No, yeah, that's got to be it. Because honestly, I've been playing since I was 16. I've been playing 20, a long time.
Yeah.
And like, each edition, they always find a way to like let you keep a model. You may have had to change the weapon loadout, but most models were viable in some way, even if they were garbage.
Yeah. Unless they're squats.
Yeah, unless they're squats.
Right. Squats got taken out quick, man.
Go Tyranids!
I've been playing long enough that I got to see squats on the table, so I've been there.
Or like those old cool limousines the Gene Stealers used to ride around in.
Oh, yeah. I never got to have those, but I was kind of hoping there was coming back, and they never did.
Yeah,
the marine tanks.
Yeah.
Like the rhinos, how they used to.
Or the old Exocrine and Malefactor from her.
Oh, yeah, the armor cast ones?
From the armor cast. That's what I have in my basement, man. Yeah. There's no rules.
They're funky looking.
Well, yeah. It's not worth it to run that over the GW models.
Oh no, the new ones are gorgeous, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean, with all this index stuff, you know, with all the new rules in general, I'm still just like waving this flag of like, where the fuck is some updates to Forge World? Like, I wish that the Forge World models were so much more relevant.
That's actually a good point too to mention with Legends, George. So it seems like Legends has completely dodged touching anything Forge World.
Okay,
that's good though.
Yeah,
I don't, and like, you know, that's one of the interesting points that, like, from my perspective as a bug player, Winged Warriors are an index-only option, but they didn't get touched, and my suspicion is because of the Wings or Forge World.
And, you know, what's funny is that the Imperial Armor books are, like, index state. They're from when the index were released. Like, get it, like, put some damn support on that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird. It's so weird. But yeah, that's where Games Workshop's an interesting dynamic of the way that they have a company-driven motivation more so than a consumer integrity of the game-driven motivation. It feels like often, and that's where, you know, as we head towards the wrap of the episode, I want to make a quick shout out about Infinity.
Which actually, James was talking to me about that the other day, and I have a few friends that played Infinity, and like. Dude. I can't wait till you guys come out with some bat reps for it because I'm going to be like checking it out.
We got some. Got some. Yeah.
The game actually looks like it functions pretty fun. It's pretty smooth. Like it short games kind of compared to like Warhammer games. It's a kill teams almost, right?
Right, yeah. Thank you, Ghostwood, for the subscriber there. Infinity. Somebody mentioned just today when we were playing that it's fluid. There's a lot of back and forth that is like you're constantly having a engagement between you and your opponent and the game itself, and it really brings itself to life. There's never like a sit back and I'm going to wait 30 minutes for your turn to go down. I'm never just rolling dice to react to what you did. Like, okay, you're pummeling me with shots. All right, I'm gonna try not to die. There's always like, oh, you're gonna shoot me, I'm gonna shoot you, or you're gonna shoot me, I'm gonna dodge. There's always some sort of reaction.
Barrel roll.
It's on a D20.
That's pretty awesome, though.
Oh yeah, man, I love it. The rules are extremely deep and rich. They're there to make sure that the game has a lot of realism to it, so that the rule set.
It's different each time.
Yeah,
Like,
and well, the neat thing is that it plays into the reality of the battle, to where there's actually like it simulates sound. You can hear people. You can hear. There's a sense of awareness of like if somebody's sneaking up behind you, you can actually hear them and turn around. But then there's guys that have stealth, and they can come up behind you. Every single model has 180-degree facing. So there actually is like the behind the model, and you could sneak up around guys. And if you were to say sneak up around a guy where there's a group of his friends nearby, if you want to go and like kill him with an axe or something, it's going to be loud and everybody's going to turn around and shoot you. But if you go behind them with a knife, you can stealthily slit their throat and nobody turns around. You can go kill those guys. You can
Solid Snake style.
That's pretty awesome.
So besides
Like that sounds like so you're just hiding out of cardboard boxes, is what you're saying, right?
there's
Just move
fucking
forward 10 feet,
like
just drop down.
there's ninjas, man. There's ninjas, and they really play like ninjas. So it's super cool. There's also
Cool.
besides just like sound and like an awareness of your model with like a direction that it's facing and its zone of control within its radius of what it can experience. There's also literally you can go prone in that game. You can army crawl. So like when there's pieces of terrain, you can literally go down on your belly, and the size of the model is the size of the base, like literally that little millimeter tall base, and you can army crawl across a rooftop and shit. Every gun is not just like, okay, my gun's 36 inches. It's like, no, your gun has multiple range bands in which it's accurate at, and a gun that shoots really well at a far off range may not be as good up close. A shotgun will get all these modifiers to its shots at close range, but be terrible if it's shooting its spray at a far distance. So every gun
got
has
to play any Necromunda yet, man? Like, 'cause it's incredibly similar to like the actual playstyle.
That's what, definitely. I have not played Necromunda, but that is what I've heard. And people say that
I'm gonna play some Necromunda. I'm gonna have all these damn models.
Necromunda is a step above Kill Team in that regard because it is deeper in its narrative with the rule set,
But Infinity has like some really awesome models.
Totally.
I know like most of the people who actually got them, like the Infinity models were used as like conversion kits for Warhammer models and other things that like their models, they look awesome. Like it's just different. Like I guess I've been playing Warhammer for far too long.
Games Workshop's for it.
Maybe that's the problem.
I'm in love with the model range. The cool thing about it is that they're true scale. I threw up my army up on the screen there. I'm playing Ariadna with a bunch of werewolf people. But I love the lore. I love they are basically space wolves. I love the backdrop, but the models are in true scale. So like every weapon and just the different, like you never see like a dreadnought that's too small. Like if you look at BJ Ron or Bjorn, that was a quick.
It doesn't work like that.
If you look at Bjorn or Murder Fang, or hell, you look at Fenrisian Wolves, there's plenty of Space Marines and different models that aren't very relevant to what you would expect them to be size-wise, or they're not updated. Everything in this game is their arms and their weapons and their bodies and their heads. They're all very true to the scale of the game, and so it puts a lot of realism. It's very relatable. But I didn't want to rave too much about the generalizations of Infinity. Besides that, it is incredible. What I wanted to mention is just that I had done a bunch of work this past week. Often on the channel, we go over things that we've done over the last couple of weeks project-wise. And one of the big things that I've accomplished, I haven't even told James and Chris about yet, is I cranked out 25 hours so far, I think, on an Infinity guide to teach people how to play this game. So talking about cool-looking models, I got them up on the... Let's see here. Here's a full screen of it. So what I've done is Infinity does have a pretty poor consumer presentation to show people what the hell there is in the game and what you need to buy when you fall in love with something. So for one, I've made a giant document that I scoured the internet. I've taken there's 36 individual sub-factions, and for each one, I've made an entire list of everything that exists in that faction, and then I put the appropriate picture underneath. I basically have made a codex, a GW-style army book for every single army in the game, so people can fall in love with the models and then go and know what to buy after that fact. Now, beyond this guide that shows, this is hundreds of pictures in here. It's a huge document. I've also gotten one put together that's a how to pick your faction guide. I'm showing you guys that on the screen now. So this is going to be something I'm going to print out in the store. It's about 23,000 words and about 55 pages front and back. And it gives a general rundown of the gameplay, the basics, how the game operates. And then I've gone through and scoured the internet for all the tacticas I could find via the forum, 4D-chan, and Corvus Belli's website. And I have strengths and weaknesses and faction features for every single faction that's within Infinity. So soon to be something that's going to be available to the public, you'll be able to get this guide printed out for your local game store. We got Nate Lee. Nate, is that you out there? Who am I seeing right now that said a comment? I can't see the name of it quite yet. But I made this huge document that breaks down every single faction. I have a buddy, there was what I've experienced here in the store over the last couple months as I've been getting people into this game and diving deeper into it myself, is that the point of entry is a large mountain to climb because of the way that the company has given us the information. It's all scattered all over the place. Now, that sounds like a negative, but all the rules are free. They're not coming out with fucking 12 different books and making you buy each one for 40 bucks a piece like GW. They care about the integrity of their game, and all the rules are accessible to the public. Now that's where they, once they put the info out there in whatever method they do, they kind of leave you at your own devices to research that information and take it to your account. It is hard to find what I just passed over here, just a list that shows you all the light infantry, all the medium, all the heavy, all the tags, all the remotes that exist within that faction. So you can use this document to be like, oh, I like these faction features. I like these strengths and weaknesses. Oh, this is what they look like. I dig that. And you'll be able to then use this document to find out exactly what you need and how it operates. The one with all the pictures in it that breaks down every pick, because remember, 36 factions, upwards to 25, 30 models per. Do the multiplication there. It's a shit ton of images. I'm creating a PDF for that, making a QR code so that when you're here in the store looking at my full color document that breaks down the game, you'll be able to scan the QR code and go to the paired document that shows all the images to everything in that faction, so you know exactly what to get, what to buy. So super pumped on it. It's to help people that are lost when they're trying to get into it. Oftentimes people in the store will look at all the boxes, this huge wall of Infinity models, and it's very tough to know what the hell to pick and what goes with what, the way that things interchange with one another. So this is a solution to that problem. I'm excited to get more people into the game using this tool, and I could not be more in love, man. I'm completely fucking hooked on this game, and I highly recommend it to everybody. We do have bat reps on the channel, and what I'm super pumped about is going to be the additional content that we put up here shortly. Oh man, I'm just freaking out on my show here. 1 minute there.
What are the prices? Like, how is the pricing?
Not only that, but like, why the fuck aren't you like sharing this stuff onto our page on our page?
Man, there's so much to be done. I love it.
Share all your goddamn streams, everything onto our Facebook page.
Or just put it in
That's all we want. Just let it go. Like
I do a terrible job. We do. You guys do better than us when it comes to social media promotion. We need to do a lot. There's a lot more opportunity there for us to push harder. I love the enthusiasm I'm seeing from Caesar out there and stuff. James is like, where is this guide? It's not available yet, yo. I just finished it yesterday as far as what I just showed you, the 23,000 words and the 55 pages front to back.
But that looks...
Yes.
It looks like it's done.
It's
what I'm saying. It looks like it's done.
I will...
What are you doing to get it? It's done.
Hey, give it to us.
Give it to us.
All right. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now, actually.
Knowing the tiny bit I know about the game, I will say the price of entry is way lower. I was actually at Battlegrounds on Black Friday of all days, and they had even a lot of the Infinity stuff at like 40% off, which, I mean, you can get an Infinity army for like, what, $200? Pretty complete, compared to 40K. It's definitely really cool. I mean, I've definitely looked to those models even for conversions before, and
yeah.
I mean,
it's incredible, man. It's so 100. Okay, like you can buy a full army, maybe not the most competitive, but a full army, $100, $100. You get the accessories you need, $150. You're not going to spend more than a couple $100 tops to have an entire faction. The post that I showed you a moment ago, let me pull it back up just for another sake of example. This is like 2.5 armies that I got on the screen right now. Maybe damn near 3 armies worth of models. That's one faction in its entirety, fully WYSIWYG. That's under $300 worth of models. You could never come close to that. And then the books, all the rules are free. So it's literally just the models. And when they don't build the rules around making sales, they build the rules around the integrity of the game. And I find it fucking fantastic.
George has drank the Kool-Aid.
Oh god,
dude, I'm checking out of the sales pitch,
He's still
bro.
standing. I'm thinking
I didn't get my free continental breakfast. I didn't get my free stay at a fucking hotel. Like, I thought I get all this free shit when I go to these timeshares.
It does look like a good game, and I mean, speaking on the pricing and whatnot, and Battlegrounds offering good deals on this kind of stuff, I did pick up the last box of Blackstone Fortress at Battlegrounds last time I was there. I'm interested to check that one out too.
All right. Well, just because I posted the link in the channel there on the chat, I appreciate you guys for checking it out. I'd love to hear from you and what you think. Just a heads up, the reason it's not out officially yet is there's a whole bunch of citing to do on where that information came from. I do not know that much about Infinity to write 23,000 words about it. I gathered this information from the website 4DChan, a great community site for tactics. I got it from the Infinity forums themselves, and I got it from Corvus website primarily. So I've gathered all the intel, I've organized it, and tried to format it to be consistent, as well as most of the images are from the company themselves. Some of them might be from other painters out there. The document's going to go out for free, and it's going to be asking for people to help me cite all the amazing talent that went into making the document come to life. So I hope you guys check it out and appreciate it. Michael, I have a fully playable loner army for anyone who uses Battlegrounds. That is true. That is true. Me and Mike have been getting in. I just got somebody else fresh into the Infinity today. God, it's damn good. But you guys can check out a alternative channel, Warp Charge Gaming Infinity, or whatever we're going to call it, because apparently on YouTube you can add up to 50 channels to one account. So we're excited about that. Yeah, we're going to add both a Battlegrounds channel.
Finally get those tight up crotch shots we wanted.
Right. The thing about a lot of times people are wanting to stream games like X-Wing, whether it's a Magic event, people are wanting to role play on stream. And a lot of times this content will conflict with the usual output we do on the channel. So I'm excited to make these kind of auxiliary channels that are still under our umbrella that we're able to provide more content at without necessarily jumbling up the content that most people like to see from Kill Team and 40K, So it's going to be good. But, shop's closed. It's been awesome to have you guys. We're wrapping up the show. We definitely want people to go out and check you guys out. Follow you on Facebook. Check out the store. Anything you guys want to holler out about things upcoming with shop closed or things people need to do to get more engaged with you guys?
Just follow us on Facebook. For the love of cheese and crackers, man. Follow us on Facebook.
And get offended by our shit that we share. And let us know you're offended and just cry. Just cry on our Facebook page. That makes us so happy. We love it. Especially top players, best. Top tiers, nothing better.
The saltiest tears. No, honestly, thank you guys for having us on for whatever reason that you decided to have us come on to your show.
Oh, we just needed to do this, man. We just needed to make it happen.
You guys seem like cool dudes.
We're actually going to be doing another live show here in probably 15, 20 minutes, not even.
Yeah, he's making me do another podcast, guys.
This thing's loaded.
Well, there you go.
You guys seem really cool. I really want to get down there again. If I wasn't up before, I've already been there and bought things and played with you guys, but we definitely do plan on coming down there at some point.
Well, if you don't make it by Adepticon, I'm just gonna die of my own puke in your room there. So I mean, you may not get to. I mean, you can come visit, but I'm not coming back from Adepticon. I'm dying on my own.
It's grave.
Right. Not the journey in between.
Yes.
But yeah, thanks for having us on, guys. Check us out at shopsclosepodcast.com. It's going to sell some merchandise. Otherwise, follow us on Facebook. This is live. We're on live weekly. Pretty much. Yeah, that's it.
Love
Thanks,
it.
man.
Love it. Yeah, I have not watched a single one of your guys' shows that I didn't have my ass cracking up. Crazy Cat. So you guys got to go check it out. Tune in next week for more of the same. And then, of course, this weekend, Saturday is a Kill Team event. You can watch 3 rounds in a row. It's going to be the final of the Kill Team Tournament League here at Battlegrounds for Season 2. And then we're going to go into 2020. And on Sunday is Warcry. So you can tune in and watch 3 rounds of that. James, Chris, you guys are awesome.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Oh, man.
You guys are all awesome. Keep taking fun seriously.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Big Cleat, everybody out there tuned in. Mike, James, Caesar, good to have you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Keep taking fun serious.